guys, assalamu alaikum, it's Jenna G. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my kitchen for some more cooking fun. We're going to be doing a cooking video today, and from the title, yes, you saw it, we are going to be making curry stew goat. So for those of you who are not familiar with Trini style food, there's curry and then there's stew. So curry just basically, we have our West Indian curry. It's different from the East Indian curry powders. So we have our own blends of West Indian curry powder, and normally, we chunky the pot, we add some onions and your pepper and all that, and then you add the curry powder, cook it up a little bit, and then you put in your seasoned meat. Then we have the stew where you caramelize that sugar, that brown sugar. You add it to a pot, make sure you get that nice golden brown color, and then you add in your meat, your seasoned meat to it. So we curry and we stew just about anything in Trinidad here. We love a curry and we love a stew. And then we have the curry stew. So basically it's just you seasoning the meat with your curry powder, and then you're going to be stewing it. The same way you're going to be adding your sugar to the pot, let it get that nice golden brown color, and then you're going to add your seasoned meat with that curry powder to that sugar. Just let it cook and you have a nice intense mix of different flavors that just results in a fantastic curry stew dish. So like with every dish, especially these traditional style of cooking in Trinidad, everybody has their own way of going about it. So in this video, of course, I'm going to be showing you guys my way of making a curry stew. So let's get started. I've got my goat meat already cut up here and cleaned. I have brown sugar I'm going to be using, ketchup, black pepper, some salt, and for the curry part of it, I am going to be using this JJM Products Hot Curry. Got some green seasoning, hot pepper, tomato, pimento, and onion. So this is what we need to put together our curry stew goat. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. So I like I wouldn't say a lot of fat in my meat, but to me, whenever you're making stuff like goat or beef, I don't really mind too much with the extra little piece of fat. This is just my way of enjoying these sorts of meats. So I'm going to be starting off by chopping up my tomatoes, the onions, the hot pepper, and the pimento. So you don't really have to chop it up too fine. You can give it a rough chop. It can be a little chunky. It's all up to whichever preference you like, of course. And of course you can add any amount of the hot pepper or the pimento you like. The pimento first is like a flavor pepper. If you don't have the pimento, you can add like serrano peppers, or it just adds some flavor, not necessarily heat. But if you don't have it, you can eliminate it, and you can adjust the hot pepper according to your preference and your taste, of course. I like my food spicy. So once I have all the veggies all chopped up, I'm going to be adding it to the cleaned goat meat. And I'm also going to add the green seasoning to this as well. Curry powder to the meat as well. And of course salt and pepper to taste. So when you're adding your salt and your pepper, one thing to always try to do is not add too much in the beginning. So add just a little bit, and by the end of it, just about when it's finished cooking, I usually taste it and adjust accordingly. Last thing you want to do is end up with some salty dishes. But just in case, this is a little tip, just in case you did add too much salt and when you taste it you find it's a little bit salty, you can actually add a little slice of potato to it. So it helps to draw out some of that saltiness there. So if you didn't know that, just a little tip, just in case you ever encounter or come across or cook with too much salt and you're not sure what to do, throw in a raw piece of potato slice. Once I have all the green seasoning and the hot pepper, onions, the salt, the black pepper, the curry powder in there, I'm going to just be mixing up this goat meat. Make sure you get some of that, all of that goodness on all the pieces of your meat. If you want to use your hands in this step, go right ahead, feel free to use your hands. Just make sure and mix it up properly. And then I'm going to set this aside for as long as possible. Minimum an hour. Sometimes actually if you don't have the time, you can actually just cook it immediately. But I like the idea of marinating meat, especially like these goat meats and these stews and curries. I personally prefer to let my meat marinate for as long as possible. If you are going to let it marinate for too long, just remember with meat you need to refrigerate it. So be sure to put it in the refrigerator and let it chill. When you're ready to cook it, you want to remove it and just let it get to almost room temperature before you start cooking it. So when you're ready to cook and you're ready to stew your meat, you're going to be adding some oil followed by some brown sugar. The oil could be vegetable oil or canola oil, whichever oil you prefer to use. And you're going to add that brown sugar over low, medium heat. So you're going to keep stirring it on your low, medium heat, and you're going to start to see it bubbling, start to see it thickening up, and it's going to sort of form like a cake batter looking mixture. Once you see that forming, you're going to be adding in your ketchup. Give it a quick stir, and then in goes your seasoned meat. So for this step, the oil, some people actually don't stew with the oil. They actually add the sugar to the pot without the oil in it. That's fine as well, you can do that. Some people actually don't even add ketchup to their stew. Again, it's one of those dishes that there are countless ways to make. So if you look at 3 or more videos on how to make curry, how to make stew in Trinidad, or how to even make curry stew, you're going to come up with many different variations. So as with everything, use it as a guide, get the basic, ingredients ratio, wet to dry, and just make it according to your preference and to experiment with it. So once you have your meat added into that pot, make sure and stir it up properly. You want to get that nice ketchup and sugar mixture on all the pieces of your meat. And at this point, I'm going to be cranking up the heat to high, and I'm going to let all of that natural juices and water that will come from the goat meat, let that evaporate. So the heat is going to be on high. I'm going to let this cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. Be careful to monitor it. You don't want the meat to stick at all. Just before it starts sticking, or once you see most of that water gone from the pot, you're going to be adding enough water to cover everything in the pot. And at this point, I'm just going to be dropping the heat a little bit to medium. Then I'm going to be covering it, and I'm going to let it cook until that meat is nice and tender and most of that water is gone and the sauce thickens up a bit. So this step, you have the option of using a pressure cooker just in case you do want to speed up the process. Usually I would use a pressure cooker if I am pressed for time, but if once you have the time, you can leave that on medium heat and let that cook through properly. The length of time will depend on the cut of the meat that you got, so it really depends on the type of meat. You want to make sure though that you do keep checking on it. You want to make sure you give it a quick stir, make sure everything is cooking evenly, and if you need to add water, you continue adding water as needed. So once you see that meat is nice and tender and most of that water is gone, you're going to taste it, adjust for salt, black pepper. I usually love to add green seasoning to my curries and stews just when it's about to finish off, when the meat is nice and tender, it's all cooked through properly. Almost finished, I love to throw in a little extra green seasoning. And in this case, hot pepper goes in there as well because I like my spice. If you don't like your spice, of course, adjust it or eliminate the pepper entirely. And easy like that, you've got yourself your curry stew goat. So just in case you're wondering, well, what it is you have to eat this with, or what it is you normally eat this with, well, in my case, it must be rice. But of course, you can eat it with roti. So for me, it's rice, some dal. I had some bhaji, some dashi mush bhaji with swordfish and coconut milk as well. So I'm adding in some there. I'm going to be putting this curry stew goat on top of my dal rice. Make sure you get that sauce. I'm one of those people, when you're eating this type of food, it must be saucy. And I must have my cucumbers on the side as well, and some kuchela. So I have a very loyal viewer. Every single time I post a video, she says kuchela. So this one I remembered you. So we have some kuchela that I made sure that I put on camera for you guys to see. So we have our dal, our rice, our curry stew goat, our bhaji with saltfish, some cucumbers, hot pepper, don't forget my hot pepper there, and some kuchela to go along with it. And this, guys, is an absolute plate of heaven for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this curry stew goat video. I hope that it was informative. For those of you who are not familiar with Trinidad food or Trini style food, I hope this is very helpful and kind of give you guys some inspiration to go try it out, of course, and let me know what you guys thought about it. For those of you who are familiar with curry stew, of course, comment down below. Let me know if you make your dish differently. What are your thoughts on it? If you even like curry stew. I know that there are some people who may not, like the combination of the stew with the curry, but I find it's pretty good. Nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoy this video, of course. If you do try the recipe, send me photos. Always lovely receiving photos from you guys whenever you all try out recipes. Thanks as always for watching. Be sure to check out that curry stew chicken video I posted. And I will post some other videos down below, the links for them, so you guys can check them out. Different curry recipes, different stew recipes. And just in case you want to eat some dal curry roti with this curry stew, I'll post a link for my dal curry roti that I made in a pan, by the way, down below, so you guys can check it out. So thanks so much as always for watching, guys. Don't forget, share the video with all your friends and family, and of course give it a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you as always for watching.